Morning, sir.
How is mom?
She's good. She's better.
Hmm.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. You have a maid to take care of her? Somebody there?
The maid is there, but little bit like for 1 hour, half an hour like that.
Okay.
During change of maids, then for those few hours, somebody's not there. But day and night, they are there.
Ah,
Night.
night out.
Also. Yes.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. We will start. Om Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Gunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So what are some questions that you have? So in life, the most important thing that somebody needs, if you ask any person outside, what would they say?
Basic necessities are food, water,
Hmm.
health, clothes, shelter,
Yeah. So they'll say money.
money.
That's what brings all these things.
Yeah.
Right. Now, this is the issue with the mind is the moment it has something, it discounts it. So a person who has money doesn't recognize the value of money anymore. Looks at something else. A person who has family will look at money. A person who has health will look at family. It's always like that. So this is one of the qualities of the mind. The mind tends to get neutralized. You know what neutralization is, right? Neutralization is a state of familiarity where with the object or a person, you have no pleasure. But without it, there is displeasure. It's a very um, crazy state where you have something, you have no pleasure out of it. But when you don't have it, there is displeasure. Why does a chain smoker smoke? Have you ever noticed how a chain smoker smokes? Who has seen a chain smoker smoking? Anybody seen a chain smoker?
Yeah, at times,
Me,
if
me.
you're
I have seen during my school days, my professor used to smoke a lot.
Ah, so if you notice that, um, you should always notice his cigarettes. They will never smoke it fully. Did you notice that? The chain smoker will only.
No, it was too early in the morning to notice. You were half asleep in school.
So the chain smoker will not smoke his cigarette fully. You would wonder, he likes cigarettes so much. Why doesn't he finish it? Not that he has a lot of money. No, there is a reason why. The reason is he is neutralized to smoking. So, in a state of neutralization, what is the mind wanting there? The mind wants a change of state. Change of state is he is currently agitated, and the only way he knows to get out of agitation is to smoke, right? So a state of agitation is where he's not in comfort zone. So to get out of that non-comfort zone, uh, he needs something to contact. And the contact that he has learned through years is a cigarette. So the moment he smokes a cigarette, what happens? The change of state happens from agitation to what?
smoking,
Huh?
the pleasure of smoking.
No, that is why I asked what? From agitation to
Habit,
huh?
Absence,
habit.
Absence of
absence of that same thing. When there is agitation, you want to leave that thing.
no. When he is in a state of agitation, the moment he picks up a cigarette, what state does he come in?
He's just denying. Means it's not that really something has changed. He's just trying to run away from that.
So, what is the state of his mind?
Escapism.
What is the state of his mind? His state of mind was agitated. Now what? Once
He feels good.
No.
No.
He know
no, see,
Maybe he feels that he's got some Sahara type.
that
what all those words are correct, but what is he feeling?
see when he's agitated, he's thinking outside some change is needed. And
Yes.
when he's having the cigarette also, he feels that he's going to get pleasure, but that change is there, but it's not the pleasure only. No? Even that is
What is
actually
it?
going to not give him happiness really.
Ah, so, uh, so what is it? So, see, he correct. You touched that point. See, from agitation, he is not going to the state of pleasure. He is going to a state of no agitation. There is a difference.
It's helplessness.
Because of his helplessness, he comes to a state. The mind state is what? The mind state was agitated before cigarette. Now that he has a cigarette, he is in a state of peace. He is not in a state of pleasure. He is in a state of peace. Relatively, if you speak, he is in a state of peace. Neutralization, I'm talking about. Neutralization is when with the object, you have no pleasure. Without it, there is displeasure. So a chain smoker is neutralized to cigarette because he is in a state where if there is no cigarette, he's agitated. But if you give him a cigarette, he is not enjoying it. What is the proof that he is not enjoying it? What did I say in the beginning?
He leaves it in the middle only.
He is leaving that cigarette, snubbing it, not finishing it. You see a chain smoker, the cigarettes are almost half of it. The proof is he's not enjoying it. If he is enjoying it, like a young boy who's gotten into cigarette smoking, if he's enjoying it, how will he smoke the cigarette? He will smoke the cigarette until it burns his fingers. He really enjoys it. But a chain smoker, he's not enjoying it. He wants to just have a change of state. The change of state is from agitation to no agitation. It is not pleasure anymore. With it, no pleasure. Without it is pleasure. This is neutralization. So that's a chain smoker. What are you guys neutralized to? What are we all neutralized to? No, we are not neutralized to anything. We don't have such addictions and all. We are strong. What are you neutralized?
Our daily, like day-to-day routine, or the people around us and the place we are in, that only.
Maybe material objects.
Material objects, physical also. You're neutralized to sight, eyes, isn't it? Do you enjoy everything that you see around you? But the moment something goes in your eyes, what happens? If you're denied sight, what happens? There is tremendous displeasure. But with the sight, no pleasure. Do you appreciate your eyes that you can see? Do you appreciate that every day? Oh my God, I can see every day in the morning. You get up and say, wow, what a wonderful room. Would you say that? No. But without it, you're neutralized to breathing. If I hold your nose, close it, what is the feeling? Sir, remove your hand. But do you enjoy breathing? No, we are neutralized. You're neutralized to things around you, the house that you have. Are you enjoying that every stay, every time you're enjoying? Oh, what a wonderful house I have. This is only a 2-bedroom house. I need more space. I need a 5-bedroom house. But let's say, let's say, God forbid, due to some misunderstanding, you're on the streets. That 2-bedroom house is a mahal for you, mahal, you know. Depending on living on the streets, a 2-bedroom house is like a palace for you. You know, I'll give you a good example of neutralization, which Swamiji gives. Wife and husband never talk to each other, right? Never talk to each other. The moment they leave, one of them leaves, goes to some seminar or something to a different state. What happens then? What happens then? You must notice this thing. Huh? You must have noticed in your own life also.
Then I'm interested in where he's gone, what he's doing. So long as he's there, I'm not interested.
Yeah, the moment he goes, so how are you? Are when the person is at home, you don't talk. But the moment he goes, how are you? My guru says this. So the wife and husband don't talk to each other. And the moment that fellow leaves, and then immediately that fellow calls and says, I've reached. And she says, how sad. But they talk. They talk when there is a distance. Why? When he or she is there is no pleasure. But when they are not there is a displeasure. You neutralize to your husband, you neutralize to your wife, you neutralize to your person, maid or helper, you neutralize to everything in life. This is a sad state of the mind where every little thing in our life we are neutralized. So to circumvent this, what is advised is to be have gratitude. Gratitude is the way to become aware that there are so many things that you already have. Now, my guru says, if you go to a temple, you must go to a temple not as a beggar. You see, Bhairav Nath Ji ka temple hai idhar. Every day nobody is there, very few people. But Saturday, oh my God, 100 people will be there on Saturday. Why? Why? Because on Saturday it is, I think, Bhairav Nath Ji's day. So we have those thing na, Saturday Hanuman Ji ka day hai, Bhairav Nath Ji ka day. So everybody goes on Saturday because that's his favorite day. And that's so why do you go to temple then? You go to temple because you think on Friday, since it's his favorite day, he will pass all my demands. That's why you go, isn't it? My guru says, prayer is not beggary. So when you go to a temple, he says, with what face can you ask him anything? The fact that you ask him anything, shows that the fact that you're not having gratitude. Use it. You want one more thing from God. So many things is given. No, one more thing. This prayer is not beggary. So next time when you go to a temple, you go to a temple and say what?
Thank you, God, for
Thank
everything.
you, and don't want anything from you.
Everything is there.
Whatever you want to give it to others. Give it to my neighbor who I don't like. That's how your prayer has to be. And we go and beg. No, some people say in some religions we have to go ask. With what face can you ask? The problem is we do not realize what all he is giving. The moment you take yes.
What happens, suppose, when you go to an astrologer, he tells you to do something he gives and says you put near the temple or the god wherever you have in the house, and it will be granted. What happens to that? The astrologer tells you to do that.
Astrologer tells you a lot of things.
But is it the same thing? Do you call this beggary?
Obviously. Why do you do that?
Why do you do it? Because there are some things which are not granted. So you
So that
will
is,
give it
so what does it mean? Some things which are not granted means you're looking
means,
at things
yeah,
that you don't
the
have.
desire. Desire is there.
No, desire is not a problem. Something we are looking at things that I don't have.
Yeah.
What about the infinite things that you have? No,
But
realize.
that means
Doesn't stop.
one should not follow those astrologers, whatever they tell you.
Obviously, I mean, uh, see, we are not talking about astrology as a science, but we are talking about astrologers. The fact that you go to a palmistry or astrologer or tarot reading or feng shui, whatever it is you go, is that you just don't recognize what all you have already. We want something that we don't have. See, this is where surrender comes. When you don't surrender, when you don't say, God, I don't want anything, you be the boss. That is surrender, right? When you
Yeah.
don't surrender, what happens is the attitude is, I know what I want in life for me to be happy. There's a book called Follow the Human Intellect. In that, there's a topic called You Know Not What You Want. But a person who doesn't surrender, he says, I know what I want so that I will be happy. That person can never be happy. Because the moment he gets something, he knows that this is okay, but I want that. He gets that. He knows that this is okay, but I want that because the mind gets neutralized. All these things are connected. The moment you get something, you get neutralized instantly. And then you know, right? I know what I want to be happy. I want that. You get that. I want that. You get that. I want that. That person can never be happy. So when they talk about devotion, when they talk about surrender, what they talk about is, I do not know what I want. You know. And you've already given. So I don't care. I have enough. Thank you. When the attitude of surrender comes in life, then you start seeing things that are already been given to you, and on top of that, things that are coming to you randomly. So the other day I was in the academy, and somebody asked a question in the poem called Abu Ben Adam. Swamiji was explaining, see, I know Shah Rukh Khan means nothing. If Shah Rukh Khan knows you, it means something, right? So it says, everybody says, I love God, right? That doesn't mean anything. Does God love you? That makes something, right? That means something. So Abu Ben Adam says, I don't know if I love God, but I love my fellow man. Okay, that's a good, let's read that actually. A good poem. Who has read Abu Ben Adam?
In
Asha?
school, we did it.
Oh,
Yeah.
In,
I've
oh,
also read. I've read also.
Asha, you know. It's school you did, sir. Which standard? I don't remember doing this in school.
10th standard, we had it for ICSE as a
Ah,
poem.
I see, I see. Because I'm from SSC. Right. So I will share this as well with you. Ah, sure. Can you all see? Right. Right. So he says, Abu Ben Adam, may his thriving Greece, awoke one night from a deep dream of peace and saw within the moonlight in his room, making it rich and light a lily in bloom, an angel writing in a book of gold, exceeding peace has made Ben Adam bold. And with the presence in the room, he said, "What writest thou?" The vision raised its head, and with a look made of all sweet accord, answered, "The names of those who love the Lord." "And is mine one?" said Abu. "Nay, not so," replied the angel. Abu spoke more low, but cheerfully still, and said, "I pray thee, then, write me as one who loves his fellow men." The angel wrote and vanished. The next night it came again with a great awakening light, and showed them the names whom love of God has blessed. And lo, Ben Adam's name led all the rest. See, so you understand the poem, right? We were sleeping, and one angel came, and she was writing something in the book of gold. And Ben Adam asked, "Hey, what are you writing, madam?" Then she said, "I am writing people who love God." "No, okay, okay. Write me as a person who loves his fellow beings. I don't know about God and all that, but I love my fellow beings." So, okay, she writes. And the next day she says, "Who does love God? God loves most." And top on top on top is Abu Bakr, right? So, so the question was in the small group discussion, the question was, ah, because Swamiji said this, "See, I know somebody doesn't make you great. Does that somebody knows you, I know somebody great, doesn't make you great. Does that somebody recognize that you're there? That makes you great, isn't it? So does God love you is the question. If God loves you, then it's great." So the question was, Swamiji said, and then Swamiji said, love is reciprocal, right? You love God, God loves you. It's like that. How is love of God reciprocal? That's the question. God loves everybody. Why would God love me especially? This is the question. So everybody kind of tried answering. No, you can't take it literally, and you have to explain it in this way. And then I said, you must understand that when they say God loves you, He actually loves you. You. So they can't be preferential. God is Satchitanand and all those things. But this is what you must understand. What is the understanding? See, the if you don't surrender, you think you know how to live life. If you surrender, you think God knows how to live life, how to live your life, how to lead your life, right? So the moment a person surrenders and says, "I don't want anything from you, you have given me so much," that's the moment your mind becomes clear. How? The contrast you must understand. The moment you don't surrender, you have so many things that needs to be done for you to be happy. The moment you surrender, the mind becomes clear. How?
Because you don't have wants then. You don't have desires to get anything extra.
So there are no more ideas in you on how to lead your life to make your life happy. There's no more ideas. All those distracting thoughts are not there with you. The moment that those extra set of thoughts are not in you, to that extent, you have a clarity in life. Then you start noticing things which are given to you, first thing, and are coming up in life. Right now, since we do not surrender, those certain things are coming, you will not register because that's not your idea of happiness. Your idea of happiness is something else. Only if that comes, you'll be happy. So whatever is coming through the grace of God, He's trying to help you all the time. you don't recognize that as help. You don't see it because you have a certain idea. You have a different idea of what life should be. And he's enriching your life, you don't recognize that. You discount it. The moment you drop that idea that I don't know anything about life, he knows, he takes care. What happens is then you start seeing all of a sudden you're thinking of something, you wanted something, random out of nowhere, somebody comes and says, hey, I'm not using this. Can you have it? Have you not noticed that happening with you? Yeah. And you say, I don't know. And you start seeing things that are given by the God of grace of God. Every little thing, it happens to everybody. But I'm giving an example. In my life, anything I wanted has come. Wanted meaning, not a thought. मुझे ये चाहिए. उसके लिए मुझे, I need to work for it. But there was some inner thing, I am lacking this. If only I had this. Right? But see, this doesn't happen just like that. I'll tell you the attitude behind that. So there is a longing desire in you. And you see that, why am I entertaining such desires? I've already given so much. And you said, leave it. You start dropping that desire, even though it is longing in you. There is a deep desire in you that you wanted something, right? But you understand that God has given so much, I don't want it. The moment you completely drop that idea, believe me or not, things exactly what you wanted will come to you. It comes. How it comes, why did it came, what are the things happening around you? I have no idea. It could be anything that you want, anything in the world. But it's not a desire that is bothering you. Then it will not come. No, mujhe chahiye. It will not come. The moment you drop it, chalo yaar, it's a life mein you don't get everything. Leave that thing. It comes. This is the grace of God. This is the love of God. This is how God's love is reciprocated. This is devotion. You go to a temple. Now that you want things, you don't say I don't want. That doesn't happen. नहीं मुझे ये चाहिए, so I will say I don't want. That doesn't work. You genuinely don't want things because you understand you got lot. So in this poem, he talks about a very interesting poem. In this magnificent poem, Leigh Hunt depicts the true aspect of devotion to God, bhakti. Abu Ben Adam, a simple soul, professes no love for God. He only claims that he loves his fellow men. Right? In that list, devotion of God is therefore directly related to one's love for fellow beings. God resides in the core of every being. He is homogeneous, conscious principle manifesting in the heterogeneous variety of beings. To recognize and worship him in his universal expression is true devotion. So here he is talking about active love. What we have been talking about is surrender. Vedanta talks about this. You must have surrender, but that surrender must be compensated by the active knowledge of Vedanta. Just having surrender will make you biased, weak, fanatic. You'll be fogged. But Surrender with Vedanta makes you clear, makes you soft, evolves. Only knowledge makes you arrogant. I know things. I know stuff. I know how life works. I know everything. I'll answer every question that you have. End of the day, that person is not happy. So Vivekananda says, there are eternal truths which are based on nature of man himself and which must endure as long as man himself endures. This is called Sanatana Dharma. One of the acid test to find out if a person is spiritual or not, my guru says, is what is the acid test? How do you know a person is spiritual or not? His first thing is he is always cheerful. That's the acid test. How do you know a person is spiritual or not? He's always happy, cheerful. Happy in the sense, not that difficult things are not happening to him. Difficult things are also happening to him. But he's cheerful. Also, not externally cheerful. May not be. Not just externally cheerful. He may be externally cheerful. You must be finding people like this who may not even know Vedanta, but they're always cheerful, always happy. Not, no, certain times they're happy, certain times they're really, really, depression. No, not like that. Those are mood swings. Person is truly happy. All through life is cheerful. Being gloomy, Swami Ramatirtha says what? Who remembers this? What does Swami Ramatirtha say about gloominess?
Being gloomy is a sin.
He doesn't say sin.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what he said, what I thought I was saying.
No, Swami Ramatirtha says, he says, being gloomy is a social and moral crime, he says. He says, it's a social and moral crime. If you're gloom, see, just like how you spread a virus, you spread gloominess around you. He says, if you're gloomy, go sit in your room, quarantine yourself. When you're okay, then come out. He's a little strict in that sense. Why should a person be gloomy? A person is gloomy because, why is a person gloomy all the time?
Because he has everything, but still he doesn't have the sight to it. So he's like,
And
he feels incomplete all the time.
that means he thinks he knows what should produce happiness for him. That means he's got a lot of desires.
Unwanted expectations.
Of course, unwanted expectation, unnecessary expectation. You want something all the time for yourself. Those persons are always gloomy, always unhappy. You get a box of chocolates, you must watch. not watch. You must have an idea who is taking how many. The first one who comes and grabs, not necessarily all the time, don't take it wrong, don't misinterpret it. The people who are selfish, self-centered, who always think about themselves, will go and quickly pick it up. Why? Because somebody else will pick it up and I don't get it. That person cannot be happy. Let others have. It was in two farmers. When Alexander the Great came to India, He was perplexed with this culture. So he comes and he says, in a village, there is a quarrel between a person who's farmer who sold his land to another farmer. There's a quarrel. So the person who sold his farmland to another farmer just one day before, the other guy, the buyer, starts tilling the soil. So when he was tilling the soil, he finds a gold. What do you call? What do you call this? मटका को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हो?
Pot of gold.
Pot. हिंदी में क्या है? Pot को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में?
घड़ा.
घड़ा. Gold घड़ा with gold coins in it. Right? The person who sold it one day before, and this guy is telling, and he finds this. The quarrel is the guy who finds this gold goes to this guy and then says, "This is yours. I only bought the land. I didn't buy what was inside the land. So I can't take it, though I found it." The other guy is saying, "No, since I sold you the land, whatever is in the land is yours." This is the fight. You understand what is the fight? I don't know if you're understanding that.
So it means neither of them are selfish.
Pot of gold, they're saying, "ये मेरा नहीं है, ये आपका है." That guy is saying, "No, I sold you the land. It is not mine. You take it. You found it, you take it." He's saying, "No, it was just yours. One day before, how can I take it? It's yours." Alexander the Great, whatever his greatness is, he comes and sees this and he says, "How can I conquer a country like this? There is nothing wrong with this place. I can't do this." And then he leaves it. That's the story. Look at how India was. Those people are never gloomy. What you would think, at least, why should I first is, it's mine now. That fellow will immediately change his address and go, nowadays if somebody finds it. किसी को बोलेगा भी नहीं, ऐसे ही निकल जाएगा वो. नहीं तो ओके, यू एंड आई विल थिंक, अच्छा एटलीस्ट हाफ तो देंगे उसको. चलो ठीक है, हाफ नहीं, एटलीस्ट क्वार्टर देंगे उसको. दिस फेलो सेइंग, मेरे को कुछ नहीं चाहिए, आपका ले लो. दैट फेलो सेइंग, "No, I am not take. This is not mine. This is yours." Can you believe this? Can you believe this was called Ram Raj? How can people be like this? So those people are never unhappy. So gloominess comes because you're self-centered. मेरा क्या होगा? The time gloomy. मेरा क्या होगा? मेरा क्या होगा? He says, Swami Ram, sit in your room and don't come out and spread that gloominess. It's a social and moral crime, he says. No, you know how my life is. All the time there is a, what do you call it? Frown in the face. All the time crying. Sit in your room, he says. Cheerfulness comes from unselfishness. Unselfishness comes when you have gratitude. How does unselfishness come? You can't just say, "I don't want anything." All the time you've been saying, "I want, I want, I want." Now you can't just say, "I don't want anything." You can't say that. When you recognize you have already got a lot, then you say, "Hey, extra I don't want." You see, "Sir, how should I be unselfish?" Start being unselfish. You can't start being unselfish because there is an inner lacuna in you. You feel that lacuna, that I don't have so many things. So anything is an added bonus for me. I will take. And the moment you have an attitude, I will take, you're a gloomy person. And the gloomy person means you're not a happy person. The connection, everything is connected. All these values are connected. So if you don't want to be gloomy, you have to be unselfish. To be unselfish, you must recognize that you already have stuff. And when you recognize you have stuff, then you want to give away extra stuff. Without that recognition, how will you know? Anything is added for you or else. Then you are selfish, self-centered. I have stuff. You give me stuff, please take it. I don't want, I have. God has given me so much. I have. Sir, one more shirt for you on your birthday. I don't want. It's not a false thing. I don't want because I'm this and that. I'm a very simple, minimalistic person. No, you genuinely don't want because you already have 3 shirts. नहीं तो क्या होगा? I think life would be happy if I have 4 shirts. You know why? Because on this occasion, on that occasion, all these calculations, valid calculations, but it's all in your head. How many dresses do you need? 7 dresses for 7 days. That's it. Maximum, I'm saying. Go open your cupboard. I see Ashaji's cupboard there behind her. Open your cupboard and see. I'm not pointing at Ashaji, but anybody. Open your cupboard and how many do you need? You genuinely feel you need it because you don't have that gratitude that you already have.
I don't want to open the cupboard because of you.
Mom is like that. Mom, you give her one dress, she'll say, I don't want even one.
That's gratitude. Where is that thought coming from? It's not a fake. You can't fake it. You can't fake it. See, I've been also thinking about this a lot. How to be unselfish. I can't force unselfishness, you know. Sir, you are unselfish, sir. You think, I know, right? You're teaching Vedanta, you're very unselfish. I know, we're unselfish.
Vivek, isn't there a saying that the fact that you are a human being, born a human being, you have selfishness? I mean, you cannot be minus any trace of selfishness. Only the degree varies.
I'm talking about varying the degree only. I'm talking about reducing the degree of selfishness. How amazing life would be. How amazing life would be. When you genuinely don't want stuff, how will you genuinely not want stuff? When you genuinely feel that you have stuff. See, our ancient gurus were not some, ye karo ritual, wo karo ritual, aise karo, aise karo. You think they are dumb people? They know exactly how the mind works. They know exactly how things happen around you. They know exactly how the cosmos functions. That's why they say, Nirmama, Nirmama, not mine, not mine. Swaha. What is this? What are they doing? What are you doing that? What is this ritual mean? Why all ritualistic people going to, what do you call? Prayagraj and making a dubki. Kya ho raha hai? Everything has a reason. Nowadays, youngsters, they don't know. Or some people, oh, Sanatan Dharma, this is my religion. That's why they are following. They also don't know. Youngster says this is what rituals. Other side of youngster says this is my Hinduism. Both are Buddhists. Both don't know why you have to do certain things, why you have to follow rituals, why you have to do certain things. This is how you soften your mind. The moment you understand you got stuff, you don't want stuff. How do you know you got stuff? Gratitude. Thank you. Get up in the morning. Somebody said last time, thank you, Bhumata, for taking my load. Hey, does it make any sense? Somebody will say, right? Bhumata is earth, earth is magnetic. What are you saying? To a dead thing, you will say, you don't understand. There is a God. What is God? How is that ball sustaining you? How is that happening? So there's atmosphere. Go to Mars. Go to Moon. Is there atmosphere? Why in the world are you lucky to be born here in this world, in this earth? If you are born in Venus, you'd be fried. You're born in a place where there's enough oxygen for you, nitrogen for you, sustenance. How many things are there? You're not flying away. The gravity is holding you down. You know, it is mind-boggling. If you know science also is mind-boggling. If you don't have moon, there is no sustenance on earth. If you don't have sun, you understand, life cannot exist. If you don't have atmosphere, life cannot exist, right? If you don't have Mars, life cannot exist. If you don't have Jupiter, life cannot exist. Jupiter takes all the brunt of asteroids and meteoroids that come. It takes it because of his strong sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. Why is Jupiter big? If Jupiter was same size as Mars, it would not have the gravitational pull to pull the asteroids. So what will happen to the asteroids? Constant bombardment on Earth and Mars and whatnot. One asteroid comes, we are all wiped out. All the dinosaurs got wiped out. How is it that there is a sustained improvement of civilization? No disasters. Why are there no disasters? Jupiter. Why is Jupiter big? The place that we are placed in this small globe of Earth, how? It's a miracle that we are here. It's a miracle that we are sustaining. What more do you want in life? And that too, you're not born in Afghanistan. Anybody born, any of the women born in Afghanistan? Or we are not born in Ukraine, a war going on, or in Syria, or in Antarctica, not Antarctica, Arctic regions, minus 70 degrees Celsius. Can you sustain life there? But people live there. You've got nice sun, you got winter, you got spring. No, 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 sir. I want to be in America. Whatever you have, you're not happy. Then you want something to make you happy. What this grace story says, have some gratitude. God stuff, God stuff. Then you're cheerful all the time. That means you're spiritual. Gratitude leads to unselfishness, and selfishness leads to cheerfulness. Cheerfulness means spiritual evolution. You're spiritually evolved. You can pat on your back. You can pat your back all the time. Cheerful now, nowadays. And it's not dependent on somebody. And it's internally happy. You are spiritually evolved, for sure. That's the acid test, he says. In Abu Bakr also, exceeding peace has made him bold. See, he says, very interesting. An angel writing in a book of gold, exceeding peace had made Ben Adam bold. So with cheerfulness, You're bold. Because you don't want anything for yourself. You don't have any issues with the inferiority complexes, nothing. You're bold. The names of those. And the vision replied, what writest thou? The vision raised its head, and with a look of sweet accord answered, the names of those who love Lord. And is mine one? Said Abu Ben Nay, not so, replied them. Abu Ben Adam spoke more low, but cheerfully still. Disappointment नहीं है उसको. अरे मेरा नाम नहीं है. You see? वो ना आस. अरे मेरा नाम नहीं है. I also love God. ऐसे कुछ नहीं है उसको. मेरा नाम नहीं है. Oh, ठीक है. But cheerfully still. Pray thee, then write me as one who loves his fellow man. So many nuances in this. Right. Any questions? We couldn't do Atma Bodha today because I had to talk about this. No question.
So, Vivek, how does one fill the void, the emptiness, the lack that you feel?
That's the point, right? You don't need to fill that void. It's none of your concern. Big deal, what void? So much void all the time anyway. Nobody can fill the void. All you must understand is, I've got enough. The void is filled up. How do you know you got enough? Take stock of stuff you have already. Compare with others who don't have. Not enough. Enough, more than enough. The moment you see that, understand. And in absolute sense, in Advaita point of view, there is no void. But we are not getting into that. Void is an illusion. So that's what he's talking about. Void is filled when you feel that you don't have. What the Shastras are saying is, recognize what all you already have, man. Then there is no void for you. That's why you don't want anything. Unselfish person you are born. They don't want anything. Because he's full already. Relatively. ठीक है? Okay. Om Purnamadaṁ Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, sir.
You're looking good, Daliji.
Thank you.
Doesn't look like anything happened to you at all.
Yeah, good, no?
Yeah, there's no change.
I went under a very, very severe operation. Was
No, I know.
severe, Sangeeta. See, God is great, no?
See?
God is great. मैं तो उनका एक एक कदम पे उसका शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ. कदम को इतना भरा पड़ा, इतना उन्होंने दिया है. परमात्मा के हम संभाल भी नहीं सकते हैं. इतना कुछ दिया है उन्होंने हमको.
सही है.
बहुत कुछ
Attitude
दिया.
of gratitude.
Gratitude. शुक्राना तेरा, शुक्राना. तेरी रहमतों का करूं मैं कैसे बखाना. शुक्राना तेरा, शुक्राना.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, Sarma. Thank you. And nice to see you also after a long time.
Yeah. Okay. Hari Om.
How's
Hari Om.
Swamiji
Hari
doing?
Om.
How's Swamiji?
Swamiji is good. He's home. He's eating now. He's good.
Good.
He's good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.